Shridhaya pranaya mahima kidrisho vanayaiva swadvo yanadbhuta madhurima kidrisho vamadiya sokyam Ch.Ch mad anubhavata kidrisham veti loba tadbhavadya samajani shachigarba sindo harindu. Desiring to understand the glory of Radharani's love, the wonderful qualities in him that she alone relishes through her love, and the happiness she feels when she realizes the sweetness of his love, the Supreme Lord Hari, richly endowed with her emotions, appeared from the womb of Srimati Shachi Devi as the moon appeared from the ocean. Okay, so now we'll go back to chapter 4. Shashta shlokarta kodite prakash pratame kohiyase shloke rabas. To explain the 6th verse, I shall first give a hint of its meaning. Avatari Prabhu prachadilo sankirtam ehobaya hitu porve kodiyachi suchan. The Lord came to propagate Sankirtan. That is an external purpose, as I've already indicated. Avatadare kache mukya bija rasika shekar Krishna sekaya nija. There is a principal cause for Lord Krishna's appearance. It grows from his own engagements as the foremost enjoyer of loving exchanges. Ati gudehetu se trivida prakar damodar swarupoite jahar prachar. That most confidential cause is threefold. Swarup Damodar has revealed it. Sarup Gosai Prabharati Antaranga Tahate Janim Prabhare Sabrasanga. Sarup Gosai is the most intimate associate of the Lord. He therefore knows all these topics well. Adhikar Bhav Murti Prabhurantar Sebhave Sukdu Kute Nirantar. The heart of Lord Chaitanya is the image of Shri Radhika's emotions. Thus feelings of pleasure and pain arise constantly therein. Sheshlilai Prabhu Krishna Viraha Unmad Brahmamai Cheshtar Pralapamaya Vad. In the final portion of his pastimes, Lord Chaitanya was obsessed with the madness of separation from Lord Krishna. He acted in erroneous ways and talked deliriously. Adhikar bhav yaiche udava darshane se bhave mata prabhu roherachi dine. Just as Radhika went mad at the sight of Uddhava, so Lord Chaitanya was obsessed day and night with the madness of separation. Rache pralap kore swaruper kanta dodi aveshe apan bhav kohoye ugadi. At night he talked incoherently in grief with his arms around Swarup Damodar's neck. He spoke out his heart in ecstatic inspiration. Jabeje bhavute prabhurantar se giti shloke sukdena damodar. Whenever a particular sentiment arose in his heart, Swarup Damodar satisfied him by singing songs or reciting verses of the same nature. Ebekaya nahi kichu esa bichare ageiha vivaribo koriya vishtare. To analyze these pastimes is not necessary now. Later I shall describe them in detail. Purve bhaje Krishna trividavayo dharma komar pogandhar kaisharati marma. Formerly in Braja, Lord Krishna displayed 3 ages, namely childhood, boyhood, and adolescence. His adolescence is especially significant. Vatsalya veshe koilo komar safal, poganda safa koilo loya sakaval. Parental affection made his childhood fruitful. His boyhood was successful with his friends. Adhikari loya koilo rasa divilas, vancha bodhi aswadilo rasera niryas. In youth he tasted the essence of rasa, fulfilling his desires in pastimes like the rasa dance with Srimati Radhika and the other gopis. Kaishor vayase kama jagad sakal, rasa dili laitin korilo safal. In his youth, Lord Krishna made all three of his ages and the entire universe successful by his pastimes of amorous love, like the rasa dance. And our quotation from the Vishnu Purana, Sopi Kaishor Kavayo Manayan Madhusudana Demestri Ratnakuta Sta Ksha Pasu Ksha Pita Hita. Lord Madhusudan enjoyed his youth with pastimes on autumn nights in the midst of the jewel-like milkmaids. Thus he dispelled all the misfortunes of the world. And now a verse from the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Vacha Suchita Sarvadi Ratikala Pragalbhyaya Radhikam Vida Kunchita Lochanam Vidachayan Agre Sakinam Aso Tadvaksho Ruha Ch.Ch Keli Makadi Panditya Paramgata Kaishoram Safali Karoti Kalayam Kunje Viharam Hari. Lord Krishna made Srimati Radharani close her eyes in shame before her friends by his words relating their amorous activities on the previous night. Then he showed the highest limit of cleverness in drawing pictures of dolphins and various playful sports on her breasts. In this way, Lord Hari made his youth successful by performing pastimes in the bushes with Sri Radha and her friends. Hadir esha nached avatadishyan maturayam madurakshi radhika cha abha vishyadiyam vritta vishishtir makarankastu visheshatas tadacha. And this is spoken by Rinda Devi in the Vidagdha Madhava of Rupa Goswami. O Purnamasi, if Lord Hari had not descended in Mathura with Srimati Radharani, this entire creation, and especially Cupid, the demigod of love, would have been useless. Hemata Purve Krishna Rasera Sadan Jajapi Korilo Das Niryas Charvan Tatapi Nahilotin Vanchito Puran Tahaswadite Jari Korilo Jatam. Even though Lord Krishna, the abode of all mellows, had previously in this way chewed the essence of the mellows of love, still he was unable to fulfill three desires, although he made efforts to taste them. Tahar pratam vancha koriye vyakyan Krishna kohe ami hoy rasera nidam. I shall explain his first desire. Krishna says, I am the primary cause of all rasas. Purnananda mayami chinmoy purna tattva radhikar premeyama kodayun mata. I am the full spiritual truth and am made of full joy, but the love of Srimati Radharani drives me mad. Najani Radhar preme ache koto bol, jai bole hamare kore sarvada vival. I do not know the strength of Radha's love, with which she always overwhelms me. Radhikar prem guru ami shishya nata, sada manana nitya nachay udbata. The love of Radhika is my teacher, and I am her dancing pupil. Her prem makes me dance various novel dances. And now a quotation from the Govinda Lilamrita. Kasmad Rinda Priyasaki Hare Paramulat Kutoso Kundaranye Kimiha Kurute Nitya Shiksham Guruka Tam Twan Murti Pratitarulatam Digvidikshu Sporanti Shailu Shiva Brahmati Parito Nartayanti Swa Paschat. O my beloved friend Rinda, where are you coming from? I am coming from the feet of Sri Hari. Where is he? In the forest on the bank of Radha Kund. What is he doing there? He is learning dancing. Who is his master? Your image, Radha, revealing itself in every tree and creeper, in every direction, is roaming like a skillful dancer, making him dance behind. Nija prema swade mor hoy jayalad, tata hote koti gun radha prema swad. Whatever pleasure I get from tasting my love for Srimati Radharani, she tastes 10 million times more than me by her love. Ami Ch.Ch paraspar viruddha dharma shai, radha prem Ch.Ch sada viruddha dharma moy. Just as I am the abode of all mutually contradictory characteristics, so Radha's love is always full of similar contradictions. Radha prema vibhujar badite nahitai, tatapi se kshane kane badoye sadai. Radha's love is all-pervading, leaving no room for expansion, but still it is expanding constantly. Jahavai guru vastu nahi sunishchita, tatapi guru dhamma gaurava varjita. There is certainly nothing greater than her love, but her love is devoid of pride. That is the sign of its greatness. Jahavaite sunirmo ditya nahiyar, tatapi sarvada vamya vakra vyavahar. Nothing is purer than her love, but its behavior is always perverse and crooked. In quotation from the Dana Keli Kaumudi of Srila Rupa Goswami. Vibhur api kalyan sadabi riddhim gur api godava charyaya vihina mohor upachita vakrimapi shuddho jayati mura dvishi radhika nuraga. All glories to Radha's love for Krishna, the enemy of the demon Mora. Although it is all-pervading, it tends to increase at every moment. Although it is important, it is devoid of pride. And although it is pure, it is always beset with duplicity. All glories to Radha's love for Krishna. Although it is all-pervading, it tends to increase at every moment. Although it is important, it is devoid of pride. And although it is pure, it is always beset with duplicity. Se prema Shri Radhika Paramashai, se prema ami hoy kevala vishoy. Shri Radhika is the highest abode of that love, and I am its only object. So there's these two terms here which are helpful to understand. Ashray and Vishai. And Vishai means the enjoyer or the recipient of enjoyment. It's also used in a general way to refer to the enjoyment of this world, or the enjoyable objects of this world, like that. And someone who is an enjoyer or a worldly and materialistic person, they can be referred to as a Vishayi, like that. So, but Krishna, constitutionally, he is the only enjoyer. So Krishna is known as the Vishai. He is the enjoyer. And then there's this other term, Ashray. And Ashray, we generally hear it to mean shelter, right? Like Rupa Goswami tells, the very first limb of the first practice of devotion and the 64 practices of devotion is Guru Padashray, to take shelter of Guru. So Ashray means a shelter, but also it refers to as it is said here, like an abode of devotion. So the Ashray, like Guru is known as the Ashray, and it means like that person who is an abode of love for the Lord, and who is a shelter for all of us, like along those lines. So here, Ashray and Vishai. Vishai is Krishna, the enjoyer, the recipient of all enjoyment, pleasure, and then Ashray means the devotee who is offering enjoyment, who is supplying enjoyment to Krishna. And so this is part of Krishna's feeling, that I'm in this constitutional position of the Vishai, of the enjoyer, but I see that the Ashrai, who has the constitutional nature of supplying enjoyment, they're actually getting more than me. And so Krishna wanted to experience what it's like to be in the position of the Ashrai, of the person who is offering, supplying enjoyment to him. Okay, so he's saying here, Radhika is Parama Ashray. She is the supreme Ashray, and I am the only Vishai. I am the only, I am the enjoyer who is the only recipient of that prem that she is offering to me as the Ashray. Vishai Jatiyasu Kamaraswad Amahoite Kotigun Ashrayer Halad. I taste the bliss to which the object of love is entitled. So as the Vishai, I enjoy so much happiness. But the pleasure of Radha, the Ashray, the abode of that love, is 10 million times greater. I mean, this is just inconceivable for us. Krishna is the ultimate enjoyer. He has the ultimate capacity to enjoy infinitely. And yet he's seeing that the person who is supplying enjoyment, they're getting 10 million times more happiness than him. Ashray jatiya sukh paite manadai, jatne aswadite nadi kikori upai. My mind races to taste the pleasure experienced by the Ashray, but I cannot taste it even by my best efforts. How may I taste it? I want to taste that. I want to experience that. But I can't. Kabujadiye prema hoye ashoye, tobe premanande anubhava hoye. If sometime I can be the Ashray, the abode of that love, only then may I take its joy. So I have to be able to take that position of the Ashray, of the supplier of love, of the abode of love. Then I can experience that happiness. Hita chintiro he Krishna parama kotuki, hidoye badoye prem lobdad dak daki. Thinking in this way, Lord Krishna was curious to taste that love. His eager desire for that love increasingly blazed in his heart. He kashunoa lobe prakar, swamadoya deki Krishna koden vichar. That is one desire. Now please hear of another. Seeing his own beauty, Lord Krishna began to consider. Adbhutananta purna mor madodima, chi jagate ihar keho nahi pae sima. My sweetness is wonderful, infinite, and full. No one in the three worlds can find its limits. E prem dware nitya radhika e kali, amar maduramita sode sakali. Only Radhika, by the strength of her love, tastes all the nectar of my sweetness. Jajapi nirma radhar, sat prema darpan, tatapi swachatatar badeka nekan. Although Radha's love is pure like a mirror, its purity increases at every moment. Amar madhurya nahi badite avakashe, edarpane ragenava navarupe vase. My sweetness also has no room for expansion, yet it shines before that mirror in newer and newer beauty. Man madhurya radhar prem dohe hoda kori, kane kane bade dohe keho nahi hari. There is constant competition between my sweetness and the mirror of Radha's love. They both go on increasing, but neither knows defeat. So Radharani's love is always increasing, and Krishna's sweetness is also always increasing. And there's always this competition between the two. They're both increasing. And in front of each other, and her love is compared to a mirror. And in front of that mirror, Krishna's sweetness becomes sweeter. And as his sweetness becomes sweeter, then her love becomes greater. And as her love becomes greater, then his sweetness becomes sweeter. And as his sweetness becomes sweeter, then her love becomes greater. So it's always, it's a circular, like, feeding thing, going, increasing and increasing. There is constant competition between my sweetness and the mirror of Radha's love. They both go on increasing, but neither knows defeat. Amar madhurya nitya nava nava hoy, swasa prema anudu bhakti asvadoy. My sweetness is always newer and newer. Devotees taste it according to their own respective love. Tarpana jadeki jadi apan madhuri, vasvadite hoilo vasvadite nadi. If I see my sweetness in a mirror, I am tempted to taste it, but nevertheless I cannot. I'm so sweet, I'm so wonderful, but only other people can experience it. I'm not able to experience it myself. It's a very good point. How can one taste, how can one experience their own, qualities? Only somebody else can. Vichar kariye jadi aswarupai, tadika sarupoite tobe manadai. If I deliberate on a way to taste it, I find that I hanker for the position of Radhika. That's the only way. If I can have her position, then I will be able to taste my own sweetness. And now we have quotation from the Lalita Madhava of Rupa Goswami. And this is spoken by Krishna in Dwarka when he saw the beauty of his own reflection in a jeweled fountain. So Krishna's seeing his own reflection and he's astonished. And this is the verse. Apadi kali tapurva kaschamadkar kadi spurati mama gadiyan esha madurya pura ayam aham apihanta priksha yam lubda chetaha sadabasam upabhoktam kamaye radikeva. Who manifests an abundance of sweetness greater than mine, which has never been experienced before, and which causes wonder to all. Alas, I myself, my mind bewildered upon seeing this beauty, impetuously desire to enjoy it like Srimati Radharani. Krishna madhurya ek swabhavika bol, Krishna adi nadanadi koroye chanchal. The beauty of Krishna has one natural strength. It thrills the hearts of all men and women, beginning with Lord Krishna himself. Shavane darshane akkar shoye sarvaman, apana swadite Krishna koden jatan. All minds are attracted by hearing his sweet voice and flute, or by seeing his beauty. Even Lord Krishna himself makes efforts to taste that sweetness. He maduram mitapan sada jay kore, Krishna shanti nahe Krishna bhare nirantare. The thirst of one who always drinks the nectar of that sweetness is never satisfied. Rather, that thirst increases constantly. Achipta hoya kore vidya, nindan Avidagda vidibalo najane shijan. Such a person, being unsatisfied, begins to blaspheme Lord Brahma, saying that he does not know the art of creating well and is simply inexperienced. This is the expression of the Braja Gopis. You know, someone who appreciates the beauty of Krishna, they're unhappy because they only have these two eyes, and only two eyes are not enough. And not only that, those eyes, they blink. So they curse the Creator. He doesn't know what he's doing. Kotinetra nahi dilo sabe dilo dui tahate nimesha Krishna kideki bomui. He is not given millions of eyes to see the beauty of Krishna. He is given only two eyes, and even those eyes blink. How then shall I see the lovely face of Krishna? And this is a quotation from the Bhagavatam. Atati yadbhavan ani kananam chutir yugayate tvam apashatam kutila kuntalam shrimukam chate jadu dikshatam pakshma kridrisham. The gopis said, "O Krishna, when you go to the forest during the day and we do not see your sweet face, which is surrounded by beautiful curling hair, half a second becomes as long as an entire age for us. And we consider the Creator, who has put eyelids on the eyes we use for seeing you, to be simply a fool." Half a second becomes an entire age. And this is also mentioned, and this is the intensity of their love. This is also mentioned by Mahaprabhu in the Shikshashtakam. Yugayitam nimesha. Now this word nimesha, it's like rendered as like a moment, but literally it means something like the blink of an eye. So that blink of an eye, in separation from you, Mahaprabhu is saying, that blink of an eye becomes like a yuga, a whole yuga. Now we have another quotation from Bhagavatam. Gopyascha Krishnam upalabhya chedadabhishtam yat prikshane jishishu pakshma kritam shapanti jigbir hidi kritam alam parirabhya sarvas tadbhavam apur api nitya yujam jarapam. The gopis saw their beloved Krishna at Kurukshetra after a long separation. They secured and embraced him in their hearts through their eyes. And they attained a joy so intense that not even perfect yogis can attain it. The gopis cursed the Creator for creating eyelids that interfered with their vision. So this is, after like 100 years of separation, they meet Krishna at Kurukshetra. And so that, we can't begin to imagine what intensity of feeling is in that moment. But in that moment, a second of seeing him is infinitely valuable. And so to lose a millisecond of not seeing him, that's utterly intolerable, completely devastating. And so they cursed the Creator for creating eyelids that interfered with their vision. Krishna avalokan vina netra phal nahihan jai jan Krishna deke se bhagyavan. There is no consummation for the eyes other than the sight of Krishna. Whoever sees him is most fortunate indeed. What is the real use of eyes other than to see Krishna? And now is another quotation by the gopis. From Bhagavatam. Akshanvatam phalamidam napadam vidama sakya pashun anuvivesha yatur vayasyai vakcham vajesha sutayor anuvena jushtam yerva nipitam anurakta kataksha moksham. The gopis said, "O friends, those eyes that see the beautiful faces of the sons of Maharaj Nanda are certainly fortunate, O Krishna and Balaram. As these two sons enter the forest surrounded by their friends, driving the cows before them, they hold their flutes to their mouths and glance lovingly upon the residents of Vrindavan. For those who have eyes, we think there is no greater object of vision. Gopyastapa kimacharanyadamusharupam Lavanyasadam asamurdvam ananyasidam Jigbi pibant yanusava binavam durapam Ekanta dama yashasa shriya aishvarasya. The women of Mathura said, "What austerities must the gopis have performed? With their eyes they always drink the nectar of the form of Lord Krishna, which is the essence of loveliness and is not to be equaled or surpassed. That loveliness is the only abode of beauty, fame, and opulence. It is self-perfect, ever fresh, and extremely rare." Apurva Madhuri Krishna Apurva Tarbal Jahar Shavane Man Hoy Talamal. The sweetness of Lord Krishna is unprecedented, and its strength is also unprecedented. Simply by one's hearing of such beauty, the mind becomes unsteady. Krishna Madhurye Krishna Upajaya Lob Samyaka Swadite Nade Monedohikob. Lord Krishna's own beauty attracts Lord Krishna himself. But because he cannot fully enjoy it, his mind remains full of sorrow. Heto ditiya heto kohilo vivadan chitya heto ebe shunoho lakan. This is a description of his second desire. So the first was he wanted to experience the position of the ashray, in that position of supplying enjoyment. Second, to taste that sweetness inside of himself that only his devotee, supremely Radharani, is able to experience. And now the third. Atyanta nigude raser siddhanta sarup gosai matra janene kanta. This conclusion of rasa is extremely deep. Only Srup Damodar knows much about it. Jivakeho anya jane seho taha hoite Chaitanya gosai teho atyanta marmajate. Anyone else who claims to know it must have heard it from him, for he was the most intimate companion of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Gopigane premer duda bhavanam vishuddha nirmal prem kabunahikam. The love of the gopis is called Ruda Bhav. It is pure and spotless. It is not at any time lust. Premaiva goparamanam kama ityagamat pratam ityudava dayopyetam vanchanti bhagavat priya. The pure love of the gopis has become celebrated by the name lust. The dear devotees of the Lord, headed by Sri Uddhava, desire to taste that love. Kam prem dohakar vibina lakan lohar himajaiche swarupe vilakam. Lust and love have different characteristics, just as iron and gold have different natures. Atmendriya priti vansha tare bole kam Krishnendriya priti icha dore premanam. The desire to gratify one's own senses is kam, lust, but the desire to please the senses of Lord Krishna is prema, love. And this verse is one that our gurus quote. We've heard Srila Gurudev quote this verse several times. And it's a very kind of helpful classification, because they can appear the same. Lust and love, they can, kama and prema, ordinary love or lust of this world and divine love, they can appear the same. They may take on the same, expressions and features. But this very clear distinction is being made that that the desire, that if it's based on self-gratification and the desire to please one's own senses, then that is called kama. But if it is based on the desire to please Krishna, to please the Lord, then that is prema, that is divine love. And this is the thing, we have some experience of love in this world, but generally it's based on our selfishness, our egocentric sense of self, or in an extended way, the egocentric self and selfishness of others. So what we're really getting in this world is like a glimpse, like a reflection of what's possible through the expression of real divine love. That is, we're getting like some fractured experience of love in this world because we're disconnected from the whole, from the natural, the natural running of things, the natural form and expression and flow, the natural flow of things. And so we're not getting the full taste of real love. We're getting some fractured experience in our confused condition. But if we are able to awaken in real full consciousness, fully developed consciousness, then we can join that natural flow of things and experience the full taste of real love, which will be centered around the Lord and His nature and His desires. And in that expression of love to Krishna, then there is also a natural feeling of love for others. Through that love directed to the center, then naturally love for all develops. But with that is the central point, and then everything else is like relative to that. And there's one nice expression of Srila Sridhar Maharaj where he talks about, because people talk about self-love, this is like a big topic nowadays. This is like a buzzword, self-love. But there's a nice place, Srila Sridhar, I think he even uses that exact phrase, where he's saying that this is the ultimate self-love, actually, because in our giving of love to Krishna, then it's reflected back to us, because he loves us much more than we could ever love ourselves. So in our offering of love to Him, then He's reciprocating with love for us, and that's infinitely more than we could ever love ourselves. And Prahlad Maharaj gives the example of a Mira in one of his verses that Gurudev likes. So he's saying that actually the Lord doesn't need anything that we give Him. He's perfectly complete. Krishna doesn't need anything. And it's actually for our benefit. If we offer something to Him, then He compares it to this Mira where it's actually reflected back to us. And I mean, even just in a logical way, if we analyze different models of, societal arrangement, or how on a mass scale, persons can coexist in a harmonious way and a progressive way. This is the only model that works in that mood of selfless love. If everyone's in that spirit of trying to, establish their own need for something, then naturally there's going to be, some conflict. There's going to be some lack. There's going to be some going up against one another, or some resistance, some friction. But if everyone's in that spirit of selflessly offering to the center, there's this very generous and magnanimous and abundant. There's this flow of abundance. Like we were discussing this a few weeks ago, I think in Canberra in Australia, that somebody, like now in this current time in modern history, like economists, politicians are seeing the capitalist system is a failure. There's this one, I don't know who he is, maybe an economist or something. He made this statement like we have to recognize that now capitalism is a failed model. We have to evolve. We have to come up with something else, because it's based on this competition for individual position, individual resources, for acquiring more for oneself. But then if you do that, then inevitably someone else is going to be lacking. So you can see in the world today that it doesn't work. There's more and more inequality. There's more and more divide between the rich and the poor. The 1%ers owning like 3/4 of the world's wealth, or whatever crazy figure it is. Like, it just doesn't work, But what's very interesting is that, because you see, like you look at like the model of communism, and why doesn't it work? Socialism, like through history, these models, social models, don't work. Why? Because the spirit of competition is eliminated. Because the spirit of striving is eliminated. But this is what is so beautiful in the Krishna conception, that the spirit of competition is still there. Because actually you need that. You need that mood of competition. But it's a healthy competition. It's not based on individual interest. It's a competition for the betterment of others. Competition to give more to others, not to take more for oneself. So it's the most extraordinarily wonderful thing. It's the solution, Jai Kakaguru. So actually what we find in the nature of what's described in the nature of the spiritual world, all of these elements for a healthy, if we're just talking like in a practical way, like, not considering the Shastra and the culture of faith and all these things, like if we just look in a practical way, like how a society can run in a harmonious way, in a progressive way, in a healthy way, this is the only model that can work, actually. Based on the spirit of selfless sacrifice and love for a greater center. That's the only way.